Chicago.
I see my name in shining lights, yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
It's time to get down to business on the weekend's #1 business program. Known as the King of Networking, your host, Shalom Klein, has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and created countless jobs. So, to success. Let's get down to business.
We are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. And business, we talk a lot about business here. You're on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. While you're there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information you won't want to miss. Getting it all in this abbreviated business week. You can call into the studio here, 312-642-5600. And remember, we're powered by Tandem HR. Give them a call, 630-928-0510. Check out their website, tandemhr.com. So jam-packed it is, and I'm thrilled to be joined here in studio by John Zavelovich. That's a tongue twister. It's a tough one. But while the name may be long, your ideas are and your entrepreneurship skills are very, very to the point. So, John, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, John, you have developed a very interesting idea, which is helping a lot of business owners ease the process of being a business owner. But let's talk about who you are. Tell us a little bit about the story behind your entrepreneurial journey.
So, thank you, Shalom. So, I come from kind of a long family lineage of small business entrepreneurship, and that played a role in the way we develop the software and our idea, our approach to how we handle our customer service, and really the driving purpose behind our software. So we have both personal experience and a lot of respect and sympathy for the challenges of that small business entrepreneurship.
Being an entrepreneur it's hard work. You call it building a business for a reason. It's literally building. So you mentioned software. So what is this software? Then how does it help so many people?
The software is a plugin for QuickBooks. Among other things, we also work as middleware for software developers who create point-of-sale systems for businesses, but we also have a different channel where we work directly with merchants using QuickBooks for their accounting software, but also processing credit card payments through that QuickBooks application.
So let's take it piece by piece. Mm-hmm. So when the average small business owner out there has a small retail store, let's say, and they are charging credit cards, tell us the pain points. Tell us what doesn't work and what the software. First of all, what's the name of the software?
The software is Medasys software.
Medasys. So how does Medasys assist that small business owner that we're talking about?
So great question. So the pain points primarily are cost and customer support. The issue with QuickBooks is that you are essentially a captive audience for Intuit, which means that when you select that option to process payments within QuickBooks, you are immediately connected with Intuit, and you use their merchant services. What we know, as most of your listeners will know, is the difference between when a company, an organization is a monopoly in a space, essentially, versus what happens to cost and customer service when there is a competitive marketplace for it. So our idea is to connect the merchant, the end user, with the marketplace of merchant service providers, rather than forcing them to use Intuit's merchant services.
And in that way, you're finding them the best price, and we'll get some of the other ease as well.
Sure.
So that's very important, and you're right that it is a pretty much you are tied, or Intuit wants you to make you think that you are tied to their system. Most business owners use QuickBooks, and QuickBooks is indeed a very, very good platform to keep your business organized. It's a good time to talk about this. We're in the middle of November. Very, very shortly, people need to wrap up their year end, and people think because they are using QuickBooks, they need to use all of the products and services that are tied to Intuit. But you are saying alas, that is not the case. John, let me ask you, if somebody uses a product outside of QuickBooks, outside of Intuit, for credit card processing, are there any ramifications, negative ramifications, that will in turn make it more challenging for them to wrap up their year end?
Absolutely. You're going to be essentially double entering everything. When you process your credit card payments outside of QuickBooks, usually you have something that's called a dedicated box, and you swipe that card, you produce a receipt, you give one to your client, you keep one, and then my guess is you dump a shoebox
right?
full of receipts on your poor unsuspecting accountant's table, or maybe your own at the end of the month, right?
Oh, those poor accountants.
That's right. So you enter all that payment information into QuickBooks, trying to keep order, and there's a lot of pain points there. There's time.
Sure.
There's human error. Wouldn't it be better if you just opened up QuickBooks, ran a credit card, and all of that information was reconciled automatically?
So Metasys, so you mentioned the price savings, and that's obviously immediately our business owner listeners are listening, and their ears just perked up. Any opportunity to save money, especially as they move into 2019, they're all in. But what about the ease as well? Let's touch on that and why that's a selling point as well.
Exactly. So the whole idea, or one of the engineering ideas behind what we created, is that we're not asking anybody to change their process as far as processing through QuickBooks. So if anybody's familiar, if any of your listeners are familiar with how they run credit card payments through QuickBooks, you're going to be doing the exact same thing. You're going to either swipe a card or run it for cyclical billing, however you're charging your clients, and you click OK, you process the payment, and it's all reconciled. So we're not introducing any new processes. The whole idea is that you literally don't have to learn any new tricks. The only difference is that you save, on average, around 1% of your gross credit card transaction fees.
We're chatting with John Zavelovich, one of the founders of Metasys, a fantastic software that's saving small business owners money. Again, that alone is good enough, but also saving time, which is really important. And John, I hear the selling points to accountants as well, because accountants don't want that extra work. And if they can pass that along and find a good plug-in that makes everybody's lives easier. But what about the client, the technical support and the client support? Are you, that's a lot of work. Are you saying that here's a great plug-in, and but there, if something goes wrong, then there's going to be big issues? Or John, what's your response to that?
The response is that we have, between our middleware and our end client install base, we have over 3,000 installations nationwide.
Wow.
I dare, at the risk of sounding a little overly proud of our product, our stability and our ease of use and our technology, the how clean our product is,
Sure.
right? The debugging, the constant engineering and updating and making sure that it's a stable, easy to use platform speaks for itself. So that being said, when there's a question, whether it's related to our software or anything that's happening on the platform, frankly, that's what happens more often than not, is it's unrelated to our software, but there's something going on with your computer, and it's preventing. It could be your malware, it could be something else. Give us a call, and we want to be. We'll help you. We'll figure it out.
You understand the pain points of entrepreneurs and business owners and how they need a partner, how they don't need any more challenges, they need more solutions, and that's what Metasys is all about. So believe it or not, we are running out of time, and I do want to make sure that that small business owners are listening, that they know how to get in touch with you, an entrepreneur that understands the pain point and understands the creation of a great solution. And accountants can benefit from this as well. Lots of potential uses for your fantastic system. And I know we will be following your story. So how can people learn more?
Our website is metasyst-software.com. So that's MEDASYST as in system, metasyst-software.com. Phone number is 847-982-0846. And ultimately, I understand that there's a lot of elements to it, and it might be hard to remember everything. If you use QuickBooks, if you consult people who use QuickBooks, there's a good chance that we can help ease some pain points and lower costs. So give us a call. We're very friendly. At worst, we'll have a friendly conversation. At best, maybe we can do some business.
Yeah, well, I have a hunch that most of our listeners do use QuickBooks, so your pitch is relevant to almost everybody tuning in. Let's share that phone number one more time.
That's 847-982-0846.
Okay, well, John, thank you so much for joining me here in studio. We'll be sure to follow your progress, and hopefully folks can get in touch with you now before the end of the year. This is the right time to have that conversation. So once again, John Zavelovich from Metasys Software. Check them out online. Coming up after the break, we're going to be continuing the conversation, business, jobs, entrepreneurship. That's what the show is all about. You get on my website, shalomklein.com, download podcasts. We'll be right back after this quick break. Chicago, don't touch that dial.